Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Connecting Women in Insurance with me, your host Julie. If you will, please like and subscribe on your favorite podcast platform so you don't miss any future episodes. Not only is today's guest the first person to recognize me from the podcast, more importantly, her role in the insurance industry is very special. She helps families who've been displaced due to a catastrophe or loss find temporary housing in their time of need. So grab a glass of tea or a cup of coffee, sit back, relax, and enjoy the podcast. Joining me today is Miss Jenny Welu. She is the Business Development Manager at National Insurance Housing. Hey Jenny, thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Well, tell me a little bit about what you do daily at your job and personal life.
Okay. So at National Insurance Housing, I do business development, work with insurance carriers, the adjusters, and supervisors to support their insureds. So when they have a natural disaster come through or a house fire, we support the families and find them temporary housing, furniture, rental, pet boarding. We do all kinds of different service lines to support them when they're out of their homes.
Oh, that's very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have a little bit of experience myself. My mom and I moved from South Florida from the Panhandle when I was young to South Florida, and our moving van caught on fire, and we lost everything that we had. So I can totally understand what that must feel like, for families that have been affected from a house fire. So any way we can support them, make the adjuster's life easier, we try to support the best we can.
That's awesome. So the adjusters reach out to you?
Yes. So I have a team that supports fulfillment end. So they search. We have partnerships with property managers, property management companies, individual homeowners that are vetted. We work with furniture providers that we have preferred vending relationships with. We have our hotel partnerships internationally, and travel services team that support discounted hotel rates that are reflected back to the insureds, so that their coverage for property damage, their loss of use goes further. So we build out property sources through our trusted business partners and find places for the insureds and their families.
That's very good. Mm-hmm. What about personal?
So personal life, I'm married and I have a 10-year-old son, and we love to go hiking. We spend a lot of time outside at the beach, at the pool, with friends, love to entertain, love to cook. So
10's a good age.
Oh yeah, he's a blast.
Yes, and boys are fun. Like I have a lot of brothers, and they're always into stuff, taking things about the youngest stepbrother used to take everything apart. Like if there was a radio in the house and it sat there too long, you would see it in all the little pieces laying on the thing because they want to know how to take it apart and put it together. Having said that, he's extremely intelligent and has an amazing job. So, and with computers and all that kind of stuff. So it worked out, but boys tend to like to take things apart and then put them back together.
Absolutely.
Does he do
Yeah. So it's funny because we call him little Jeffrey. He's like my brother. He has been since he was little. He loves to tinker. He loved Legos, loved putting together transforming Transformers. And yeah, so he's very like-minded that way. And yeah, the Legos to step on. Yeah, that's happened a few times.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So tell me how you got into the insurance industry. Did you start out thinking, oh, golly, I can't wait to be in insurance? Or did you fall into it like the rest of us?
Yep, fell into it. Yep, naturally, right?
All right, so how did you start out?
So early in my career, I worked as a leasing agent at a property management company.
Okay,
so
cool.
I have the other side of that experience as well. So worked as a leasing agent, worked my way up to management, worked through lease-up communities, building out portfolios throughout Texas. And then I was recruited to do corporate housing, which is we did a lot of executive relocation for Apple, Dell internship programs. I worked with Samsung out of Austin. A lot of the Silicon Valley moved to Silicon Hills whenever I was in Austin. And so we worked a lot with their executive C-suites, relocating them and their families, getting them acclimated into the new cities. And then we also did their internship program. So would work with those teams, helping to roommate kids fresh out of college and dipping their toe and figuring it out. So, and then I did a lot of travel and training for all of our new hires across, funny enough, National Corporate Housing. It's our parent company. I worked with them over 20 years ago and helped them build out their footprint in the corporate housing space. And then I worked in advertising after that for apartment communities. So building out pricing models and things like that for Austin and regional, expanded a little bit there. And then I moved back to Pensacola to be closer to family, Mobile, Pensacola area, and took that advertising experience and worked with Gannett, which is a national publishing house. So did advertising sales there. And then I saw a LinkedIn post that my previous supervisor at National Corporate Housing posted about insurance housing. And I messaged her and I was like, wait a minute, what is this? So she was like, you got to come back. So I've been back almost 8 years now.
Wow.
So just figured it out.
Yeah, but I can see where the path you took really laid the groundwork for what you do now and why you do so well at what you do. That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
it's fun, building relationships on all different sides. So with the insureds and helping them feel understood and heard and supported, the adjusters understanding the headaches that they have on the day-to-day and how do I make their lives easier. The carriers reflecting those discounts with all of our property management partnerships and making sure that those managers that we work with are vetted and going to be good to the insureds because you want a good customer service experience all the way around.
You definitely do, especially in when someone has that time need.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they don't need someone not being nice to them.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. What is one of the most satisfying parts of what you do? Like, I know there's probably a lot, like all of it combined, but is there one specific thing that kind of it's your favorite?
I had a call on Thursday before the holiday, and it was one of my adjusters, and he was like, "Well, I hate to do this to you before a holiday weekend, but I got a fun one." And I was like, "It's okay, give it to me." And he knows and he trusts that myself and my team will take care of these families and do the right thing and make them comfortable and feel safe. And he gave it to me and I took care of it, and I messaged him yesterday and I was like, hey, all done, and it's just knowing that they feel secure and supported enough by us and given their experience with us feel comfortable to send us the business to support them. And it's a reflection of them. We always say we want to be an extension of your team. And that's hard, to build that trust. It takes a long time. It takes, you got to overcome challenges from time to time too. And I think it's all in your service recovery efforts and just being transparent and falling on your sword and making it right when it doesn't go well. And then also, letting our team shine. Like that's, we do a lot of surveying to make sure that our customer service is up to snuff, and we move in survey, move out survey, and we share that back to the adjusters and their supervisors and give them the feedback that we get. And I love when our team gets praise. We have had some amazing surveys, even over the past week, with our team, and they care just as much as I do, which is awesome. You need that. You need those people that want to support these families. There was one of our girls last week got a survey back about this woman who had been going through breast cancer on top of their property loss. And, that's hard enough, to deal with on its own. And then you add the added layer and, the displacement of the family. And trying to get things back in order. And her own mother had gone through breast cancer and passed away last year. And so she sympathized with this woman, and they just built a bond. And I think it's so important, that we empathize with what these people are going through and understand that they have families just like we do, and they want to feel safe.
Yes, I agree. I think that's the key to building the trust, but also to the good customer service, because, I wouldn't want to be displaced.
No.
And
it's not fun.
And I have a great support system and all that, but still. So mainly because I wouldn't want to deal with all the stuff that you're talking about and you handle, so I wouldn't have to. That's awesome. Like finding a place for people to live and making sure they're okay and safe. That's really incredible. That's borderline heroic.
Oh, well.
I mean, but
there's a whole team of us. Yeah.
Right.
And that's really what great. Feels good.
And it takes good teamwork.
For sure.
It really does. That's awesome.
A lot of communication.
Oh, communication is key.
For sure.
Everything. Okay, so through all this, from the beginning to now, did you ever make a mistake or a decision and you thought, oh, man, I'm going to have to start over? I'm fixing to get in trouble, whatever. But you learned a really valuable lesson from it that helped you down the road, or you were able to use that to help someone else later later on.
Well, I'm trying to think of the best example to give you, because of course we all make mistakes.
Oh, yeah.
We're human. I think there was one time that we had a pretty important carrier client, and they had a high net worth client, or insured. And we made a judgment call and extended them in a very expensive property because we felt like it was the right thing to do. We thought that they still had limits to cover their stay, and they did not. We were not given the transparency of the spend on the other side of the table. And the insured was not honest. He knew. And then we had to go to the insured and say, okay, you need to help pay us because we've put out tens of thousands of dollars to extend your housing, and you were aware that you spent this money. And now we're left holding this. And I don't think that it felt good to the carrier that we went to the insured to collect. But at the same time, we're a business, and we can't just eat, $26,000 of rent that they knew that they didn't have the money for. So I think that it put a bad taste in the carrier's mouth, and they decided ultimately not to use us moving forward. But lesson learned, maybe not the best partnership, but it goes both ways, right? Like we communicate, we over communicate. Our team is known for that. We make sure that the adjuster knows where any given claim is in cycle. And are very transparent about, hey, the notice is coming up. Do you want us to give notice? Do you want us to extend? Where are you with the limits? And we go back and forth with them and make sure that we're monitoring for them too, because it's a lot for the adjusters to keep track of. But knowing that was a judgment call, I think at the time that I did the right thing because I didn't want a family to be out of a home.
Right.
And ultimately, that's something that we'll have to deal with moving forward. I feel like we did the right thing at the time.
Yeah. But I bet you ask more questions now.
Oh, yeah. That's the lesson, right? Like,
ask the questions, keep the communication
I need
open.
it in writing, please.
Yes.
And it's nothing personal.
No.
It's business.
When it comes to business, absolutely have everything in writing.
Yeah.
And it isn't personal. It's just it's what you should do for everybody. Yeah. If you and I exchange emails, it's to cover you and to cover me. It's not because I don't trust you or don't like you. It's business. It's not personal. Who was or is the biggest influence in your life, personally and professionally, and why?
So personally, I feel like everybody says their mom, but I gotta say my mom. So my mom's amazing. She's been through a lot. She's had a very challenging life, and she's had a very rewarding life as well. But it's all in how she carried herself and the choices that she made. I think with grace and with dignity. Watching that has definitely given me perspective, on how I carry myself with my family, how important relationships are, trust and support for everybody. And I think that may be so deeply ingrained that I naturally just do that for work, and that's why I'm so passionate about it.
What about professionally?
Professionally, I have a couple. My current supervisor has been a mentor and a friend.
Nice.
Worked with her off and on a couple of different places over the past 20-something years. She's very honest, and we've been through a lot together, work-wise and personal-wise. Like, we know a lot about each other. And we actually worked through Katrina together.
Wow.
On the corporate housing side. And that is something that I can't
imagine.
You bond with people when you go through something like that.
Oh, yes, you do.
And that was before we had our insurance housing division. That was when we had corporate housing out of Houston. And I was based in Austin, and she and I both went down to the Houston office, and we just, anything we could do.
Right.
A bottle of water, a towel.
Right.
For the kids, whatever we could find at the store. And the pets even, it's so difficult. And when you can put families' minds at ease with, hey, I don't have any rental furniture. It's either gone because the warehouse, was taken out, or it's all been promised or delivered. But if I need to get you something from IKEA and bring it over and build it for you, it was literally all hands on deck during that. So I think that, working through that with her, seeing how, just you come together and you build support, and if you thrive in chaos, which somehow we do, it's a nice bond, and I trust her and she trusts me.
Yeah, so. And you see people's real character
for
in
sure.
a time like that. Like, you really see the true them come out.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So the fact that the real her was really great, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, so what advice would you give to women wanting to move forward in their career, no matter what industry they're in?
I would say stay positive and keep going. It can be rough. Like, you've seen it, you've been through it too. The natural catastrophes is so hard, and you have to take a breath because it wears on you, and just stay positive and be positive and reflect that back to the families, and again, that security, that safety piece. It's hard to do on your own, but again, learned that from my mom. She pushed through. You just got to keep going, and there's light on the other side.
I agree, and I think that covers every industry.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
And personal and professionally.
Okay, got some fun questions for you.
Okay.
All right. What is your biggest pet peeve?
Oh. It doesn't relate to work, but
That's
when
fun.
People chew with their mouth open, it makes me crazy.
That's funny.
Like, please close your mouth. I don't want to see it.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is your favorite hobby or pastime?
I love to cook and entertain.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I'm a Food Network. Like, I'm obsessed.
What's your favorite cuisine or your favorite meal to make? Or
I do a lot of them. I do. I lean a lot towards. I like Mexican food and then Southern food, obviously. We're from the South, so lots of casseroles, lots of soups.
Country fried steak?
I don't like to fry things. I like soups and casseroles, and because it's either going to be greasy or it's going to be burnt. I haven't figured it out yet.
Well, yeah, no, you can do like the cube steak, the country fried cube steak. Like, I can do that one round, but the second round I've got to watch it because I'll burn it.
Exactly.
I mean,
I don't trust
right.
myself. I'm like, it's either going to be one way or the other.
Yeah.
I don't like to fry
You're
things.
Right. Right. What's your favorite casserole?
Ooh, I did a chicken tetrazzini the other day, but my son loves tuna noodle casserole, and it's a fun one to make. It's easy. I'm trying to think what my favorite. There was one that my grandparents used to love, Grandma's Chicken Bake. It's like a Stouffer's one, but I figured out how to make it from scratch, and so that's a fan favorite. So,
well, this time of year I do zucchini corn casserole quite a bit.
I like that too.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, I altered it some because I don't like the bell peppers in it, but Yeah.
I like all of them.
That's
Soups, casseroles.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this one will go well. If you were a kitchen appliance or an office supply, what would you be and why?
Oh, that's a good one too. Kitchen appliance. I don't know. Maybe a mixer because there's so many attachments. Very versatile.
There, that's a good one.
Okay.
I like that.
A lot of tools.
Okay. What is the best compliment you ever received, personally or professionally?
I'm not good at doing this, but I don't know. My husband is super supportive, and I have a lot of great friends. But my husband, on the way here, he's like, it's something that was outside of my comfort zone. You and I talked about that, but I feel like I forced myself to do it, and he just said he was really proud of me, and he was like, "You got this." He said, "You know what you're doing, and you just genuine, just go for it." So.
That's awesome.
I know. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, Mr. Jenny's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
Mr.
pretty.
Jenny. I'm gonna tell him you said that.
That's a good one. Okay, one more. Got to know one more. What is one of your bucket list items?
To go to Italy. It's
What
on the
part?
top. All of it. Have you seen Stanley Tucci do Italy? And taste his way through all the
I
different.
don't have a TV.
Oh,
I haven't
really?
had a TV in like 15 years.
Oh my gosh, that's probably a good thing.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't have
outside.
time for TV.
Yeah.
Like the kids were at the time smaller, and there was homework, there was activities, and I just why am I paying for cable? And then I just cut everything off, and there's no TV.
I probably need to take a page out of your book, but really I don't watch a ton of it. What I do watch is Food Network.
Well, and now I have about a couple years ago, I did get. It's just a screen where you can stream like YouTube or whatever on it. Mm-hmm. So I'll do watch some little cooking things in the kitchen and cook it while I'm watching. Mm-hmm. But it's really, all I usually do is play Spotify on it.
Nice.
Like it's just music in the background. I really don't watch anything. So people think I'm weird, but
No.
I don't have time for it. Like I just have never had time for it. I've got a lot to do, and I'd rather read a book or something like that.
I love to
but it's
read, too.
everybody's preference. Like I get the whole sit down and just chill. Mm-hmm. I mean, but for me, it just was one of those things. It was an expense I didn't need, and it was an eyesore on the wall. I didn't like it on the wall. And then when we moved, the house where we moved to was so great, I didn't want to mess up any room with a TV because, I didn't want to take away from the fireplace, and I didn't want to put it in the other room where it was quiet and a place to read. And there's never been a TV in a bedroom. So,
Well, maybe when my son's out of the house, I can get away with that.
but I mean, that's what worked for us, and nobody missed it. Like nobody noticed it was gone.
Yeah. Well, we do implement time constraints on
when
that.
they were
limits.
They had stuff they watched, but when they started really getting into activities around age 10 and 11, 12, they forgot all about it.
It's too much.
Yeah. It was just, they don't even like to see it now. So whatever. Anyway, that was a long spiel. Okay. So where do you see the next leg of your journey taking you personally and professionally?
It's a good question. I mean, again, fell into the insurance space, and I know that there's a lot more to know. It's not just property. So I feel like, there's so many different moving pieces and parts and considerations to be had. I feel, it'd be nice to learn some additional, things service line wise, and expand partnerships and, grow throughout the industry if I'm going to keep doing insurance housing, So the housing piece of it is just, my core. That's my history, my background, but I'm open to learning more and growing.
I like that. What about personally?
Personally, I am in the process of learning another language. I'm going to be going to
What language?
Spanish. Don't make me. It's bad. I can hear it and understand it and process it. I can't fully speak it yet.
Well,
I'm not there
I
yet.
can only say, and it's very chopped up, but what is it? Me hablo muy un poco español.
Okay.
And that's really all I can say. Well, hola.
Oh, yeah. Hola. Gracias.
Yeah, it's a southern hola.
Hola. Yeah. Hey, whatever works.
That's awesome, though.
Yeah. So learning another
And
language and traveling, that's really what I'd love, in the future.
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, before we go, do you have any last piece of advice or a takeaway for our listeners?
Just don't put any limits on yourself, and again, stay positive and keep going. Just find something that you're passionate about. Make sure that it's something that truly strikes you, and build on that.
I love that. That's awesome. Jenny, thank you so much.
Of course, yeah. Thank you. I appreciate you having me.
For doing this with me. I appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you.